I think you are at like step 20, I'm at like step 2.
It's all good. Yeah, it's fine.
Clay is sticking onto the table.
Oh my god.
Is it wrong?
How?
What happened?
I'll just like scoop it up. Sure. Actually, I have a scraper for you.
Oops. I'm so sorry. Yakisoba?
Okay, you can start off with something a little bit even flatter. You can start off with something a little bit more vertical. You can start off with something even more diamond shaped. Really, you can start off any way you want. Any shape. Along the way, you figure out what forms would, how it would change to a different form at the end.
I am from NT to NA, Sec 2 NA, and things were pretty smooth in NT lah until I went up to NA, which went pretty rocky. So in NT, I'm in the top 3 tier in class. The teacher started offering that I can go up to NA. So I was like, okay, since my mom is this happy, maybe I can make her a little bit happier by going to NA. So I went up to NA. I thought everything was like the same as NT, you know, like it's just English, Math, Science. The rest of the subjects don't really need to like go and like focus so much on. But when I get back my results, I got like just pass kind of marks, which is like 50 plus, 40 plus, that kind of marks, and I got a bit disappointed. June holiday, that period, I started hanging out with bad influence and everything. I started to like go out, not come home, don't want to study. Then one day, I broke my collarbone. So I had 3 months MC from school. I didn't go to school from July and August. When I went back to class, I looked at all the books and everything. I realized I'm so far back of topics and all that. And I started breaking down because like, wow, I wasted so much time playing and everything. I started not go to school very often anymore. Like 1 week I only go like 1 time, 2 times. I tried asking my mom to talk to my principal, asking him to like make me drop back down to NT. That principal, he gave me a lot of high hopes lah. That like, oh, if I come school more often, I can drop back down to NT if I make like some progress lah, and I did lah. It eventually became not good enough, which makes me feel a bit more disappointed. And my mom was super disappointed also, not in me, but in the school. Because they tell me so much things, but they show no progress at all. Last year, I decided to like, okay, I'm 18 already, and I cannot rely just on PSLE cert and with nothing on myself lah. So I have to like give myself a bit more motivation and like go and take private candidate. Good morning. So I just woke up and I just washed my face and etc. And right now I'm just gonna go and prepare to study with my friend later at library. So yeah, say hi, baby. Private candidate don't cover much because they not in the school system they don't really know much of the subjects to cover and all that. But thank God I have a tuition teacher that is very helpful. My tuition teacher name is Shanna. She's 21 this year. I met her through Impact program in NUS where they give out free tutoring for students who need help lah. Even though her schedule is super packed and everything, she still make the effort and time to find materials, to come down, to tutor me and everything, which I'm super thankful for.
I started tutoring Veris, who is my youth, in January of this year, and I was a bit like nervous, honestly, because like I mentioned, like I went through a very traditional Singaporean, like successful Singaporean education route, you know, like I went to good schools all the way, went to JC, then went to uni. So like the kinds of people I interacted with also was very like limited. Like it's kind of just limited to the people that you went to school with. And so I never really had a lot of opportunities to interact with people unlike myself, and that was something that like scared me a lot. And I was worried that like, oh, it'll be awkward, or like we won't be able to relate, or like she might talk about like X experience and I don't have that experience, or I talk about Y experience and she doesn't have that. I think I'm making like soju shot glasses, not to enable any unhealthy
It's okay,
behaviors. But I do think it'd be cute. I think yeah, just like something like personal to have also, right? And also there's some utility to it. Yes.
I go
Or maybe
there.
I make one for you and one for me. Then you got matching ones.
Yeah, then
Okay,
next time
idea.
I go over your place or something, I can
You
like...
can.
Yeah.
There is a concept.
Yeah, let me show you some cute works.
Okay.
Wait,
Oh my god,
like
that is so
bath-
cute.
bathtub.
So cute.
A removable man.
Oh my god, that is so cute.
And these are also made by adults, but they wanted a childlike look, like goblets
Yeah.
and sake cups, made exactly the same size.
Oh wow.
By the same girl. You can see it's almost like the aesthetic.
Currently, my role model is Shanna. Teach me how to study. She teach me how a 21-year-old life is like in NUS and everything. I have many tuition teachers in the past, which are also quite helpful, but we are not very close. They make me not want to study more compared to like Shanna. I want to study. I want to make her proud. You know, like it really want to make her proud. Like, I got tell her before. Like, I really hope I make you proud lah. She said you definitely will. Then I'm like, oh, super sweet woman.
Hello. Like I want to have like a more organic relationship with her as well, right? Because it's really hard to like get to know people who like, if you tell me like, hey, this person is here to help you with your mental health, then you also like will be like, I don't really know how to talk to you because I am so aware of the fact that you're just here as a assigned role. And so in that way, I still want to develop an organic relationship with Veris, but at the same time, I try to like bring it back to ensure that like we're still on track. We're still like focusing on her academic journey. We're still focusing on her like giving her guidance in like what her next steps are for the future and things like that.
I just want to like have enough money so that like my parents don't have to support my siblings, but I support my siblings for them. Because my sister is super young. Yeah. My brother, when he was like at the primary 2 age, right, when he got bullied downstairs at playground and everything, right, he'd be like, you know who's my sister or not? Then like I'm damn scared that my sister grew up to be like him also. Like, oh, you know my sister is who? Then like, wow. Maybe this is something about being the oldest. Yeah. I worry a lot about the two younger.
What do you worry about them?
Like, what would they grow up to be? Would they be like a very like problematic kid like I was in my teenage years? I want to be someone that like can tell them the rights and wrong, and they will not follow my footsteps and do the correct ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I've been doing ceramics since I was young. So my mom was a ceramicist. So I've worked through a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces broke in firing. There's so many stages where it can break. Or the glazes don't come out exactly what you want. But you learn through the last experience. So and then you kind of the next experience. Okay, I put less glaze here. I fire it to a lower temperature, or this is how I blend it together so that it would stay up. Yeah. So it's a lot of trial and error, I would say.
Okay, let's count from next year onwards, okay? 2 years NITEC, 2 years higher NITEC, 3 years poly, 3 to 4 years in university, which is 10 to 11 years. By the time when I'm done studying, I'll be 28, 29. Yes. Which is kind of long, but if I want to have a good life and everything, this is something that I want to achieve of. Yeah. Hi guys. So I'm on the way to school now, which is today is my Chinese paper, and the next following weeks is my other papers. So yeah, wish me luck.